Good morning, 21st September 21. Tax. VAT disruption 100 and I believe it is 108. We have recently read in the news that inefficiency is for VAT. Yes, of course. It reminds me of this ship owner that starting having a diversified group of companies, making publicly these requirements of jobs. It started with a couple of, say, ship owning and petrol stations. And only they put these two type of job vacancies. Then suddenly they decided that also they were going to split this into the building and the housing and these other ancillary services of this industrial group linked to energy. So now it has something like 20 different vacancies, and same thing is happening with the VAT. It starts very simple, and then suddenly we have these 5 institutions having to justify what are them doing. It's like central banks. We have to express what it is our opinion regarding the new minimum wage in Spain. We have to express what is our opinion regarding the printing of money in the USA. And the Fed has to give an explanation. But my point of view is, why don't we fire those, and therefore the tax goes from 100% towards 5%, and then we simplify. The VAT problem is the same thing. You see, these speakers in Europe are talking about the Spanish VAT. So these people in Europe, in Brussels, are getting paid. You see why? If we have digital currencies, digital means, this is free. This video is for free. So then they are saying, let's have a flat VAT of 10%, because there are so many different types of VAT that we all need to go to university. Why? Because we need to have ministers that have been to university. And that's why we have to make things complicated. So one day we have to make people study those, and then they become prime ministers, a doctor of economy, like the one we have, for example. Whilst if we don't need to have doctors in economy, but we can make a very good phone, this is Steve Jobs, Apple. So then let's make things simple. Now, why can't we avoid 95% of tax? How? Make it simple. If we go to Social Security, it's the same thing. Whether if you are married, you have 2 kids, and your income is, let's say, 20,000 euros plus your partner 20,000, that's total 40, then you pay 34%. And then, so it becomes very complicated. Now, if you want to have some training paid by the government, then you have to split the Social Security. And then also, if you want to have a pension, it depends how much you previously paid, how much you're expecting to pay later, then how much you will get in the pension. And this is irrespective that 4 times the inflation has been increasing over your pension. So it really, this calculation is peanuts, it's worthless. I mean, but these people go into universities to study this and make these calculations. And then we have this huge group of labor and tax specialists that live out of here. And they are growing so much the income because the normal humans cannot afford to. Z and millennials are paying this, you know? These government leaders, yes, your kids are paying this. They will never get a job. They will never have kids. They will never be happy. They will never get a house. They will never move from your home. And so you will have to pay it one day or another. And then if they get the job, they will pay your pension. This is really a mess. And why don't we make it simple, the tax, and 95% can be eliminated, disruption 108. I'm going to make disruptions of tax until you get it right, because those of you that talk in Brussels about the Spanish VAT, you have to be fired, because both that generated VAT have to be fired, of course. The only reason why you talk about VAT is because you have nothing else to produce. We, business persons, generate utility, generate profits for society, provide employment. And of course, if you raise 95% of taxes and you simplify, we can generate much faster employment and much more responsibly, and then we can generate really this economy with zero unemployment and everybody with a big wage. But you should get out of the road, please, like a volcano. Why don't you get out? Why don't you leave your place, your table, sell those 50,000 buildings, and then we will have pensions for free for 2 years. And then those people doing nothing are just interfering with the economics. And this has to be simple. So it's about time that now Europe has said that Spain, of course, has to simplify VAT. Yes, why not eliminate VAT totally? And those that makes this decision in Brussels. So who else in the government is talking about tax? Okay, you have to be fired too. Thank you very much, because that's the only way we can reduce tax 95% and Z millennials can get into this labor market with responsible wages. And that we're looking forward to having you, Dad and Mom, make this decision today. Thank you, goodbye, and you're welcome, Z millennials. We need your digital competitive advantages today. We need you. Thank you. Take care.